I am very sure you've heard about the word Binance, and yet, as much as you claim to be all about the money and whatever money day you do, I'm very sure you have never for once tried to check out what the Binance Earn platform is all about. Even as much as it is carrying the word "hen," which means make money, many people actually don't get to understand or even ever try to check out what Binance Earn is all about. In fact, I've spoken to a few set of people concerning this topic, and I've actually realized or even come to conclusion, just one simple conclusion after all of my engagement with people. And I found out that many people regard this Binance Earn as a mysterious Web3 money making space created for some people, of some people, and by some people. However, in this video, I'm going to be demystifying the myth, spilling out the facts, and bringing out the pros and cons concerning the Binance Earn. And I'm very sure that before the end of this video, you would actually pick up your Binance app for the very first time and check out the Binance Earn and see how you can also get to join the party of those who are actually making money from this particular stuff. Nami Toka. Yes, Nami Toka, because I did very sure now. No me. Oh yeah, let's go. Binance Earn is a product created by Binance as an opportunity for you where you can get to easily increase your crypto portfolio, invest your crypto assets for a stable and predictable returns, or you go for an high yield investment option. But note, it's very important to understand that as much as the high yield part of the Binance Earn comes with a lot of gain, it also attracts some certain level of risk. However, before we proceed, it is very pertinent and important to note that the Binance Earn is actually of two major options. That is the Simple Earn and the Advanced Earn respectively. The Binance Simple Earn. Just like the name implies, this is a way of you getting through the Binance Earn system without much technical complications or knowledge requirement. In Simple Earn, products have more stable yields. At the end of the locking period or the locking phase, which is the number or the amount of time or days which you are going to lock your funds with Binance, if you choose to, you are going to get back your principal, your capital, and as well your ROI, your return on investment, with everything being assured and when applicable. Apparently, I would say that the Binance Earn Simple Earn system is basically created or designed to suit those who are actually new to the crypto space and want to actually also tap into the opportunity of making more money. In this Simple Earn, you would have the liberty of investing your money in flexible products, locked products, F staking or Solana staking. Just imagine this as your basic traditional bank deposits in the fiat currency system. Just like you go to your bank, you deposit money, you leave it there in your savings account, and you get to accrue more, let's say returns or profits or rewards. Now, let's talk about all of these products one by one. The flexible products, the locked products, the Solana staking, and the Ethereum staking, which are all available on the Binance Simple system. Flexible products. Flexible products allows you to redeem your investment or take out your money whenever you want to. While locked products, on the other hand, requires you to leave your money in the Simple Earn system locked with Binance to do whatever they want to ensure you have your reward given back to you. And as you might guess, the locked products actually brings in more return than the flexible products because you are staking your money for a particular number of time or number of days or period of months or cycles, whichever you choose, and you allow them to work with the money to give you a percentage return in terms of reward. However, this is the clause to it. If you subscribe for the locked product and you get to, for whatever reason, want to withdraw your assets or unlock your assets before the agreed date or the set time, you are going to lose all of your accrued profits as at the time you want to unlock it, and even the ones that are yet to come. What I mean in simple terms is this: let's say maybe you decided to invest $1,000 for 30 days, and on the 20th day something came up for whatever reason and you just want to withdraw the money or unlock the money. That is not up to the 30 days which you've agreed or subscribed to. So because of that, if perhaps your return on investment was like $50 for that period of time, as at the 20th day and you want to unlock it, you will not just lose everything you are going to get, even the one you've gained $20, you're going to lose it. And maybe let's say at the end of the 30th day, you're going to have $25 as your total profit. You are going to lose the $25 as well. You're not going to get anything. The only thing you're going to be getting is your initial deposit, and they're also going to remove the transaction fee for that. That is just a clause to the locked product. I think that's fair, right? Because for you to have given them the money and told them that you are giving it to them for 30 days, they also must have put the money somewhere, which as at the time you want to withdraw, it might not be convenient for them. So they don't have to bear the loss all by themselves. If you feel like there's still something they can do more to make that better, you might comment that in the session. So let's talk about Ethereum staking. Staking is a product offered by Binance to give every of their Binance Earn user a simple opportunity or an ample opportunity to get to stake their Ethereum for rewards. You can get to stake or start with as low as 0.0001 Ethereum, and you don't have to worry about any charges. Binance is going to deal or bear all of the on-chain charges that might want to come with the transaction, and all you just have to do is sit back and earn your money. So let's talk about the Binance Solana staking also. The Binance Solana staking allows you to stake your Solana and in reward earn the coin BN. So that is the BNB Solana, which is like a multi-chain coin, just like Solana. What Binance did in the Solana staking is actually that they devised a platform or a means to allow users to stake their Solana or participate in Solana staking. If you tried out all the platforms, you realize that the Solana staking might not be very easy as it is, or let even say, very enticing as it is on the Binance platform. What they did was they lowered the barrier by providing a system that provides enough liquidity and as well with minimum staking requirement. I remember one time that I was actually staking my Solana on one particular platform like that. I think that was around early 2024 in expectation of me getting an airdrop. Till date, we never got anything, and I staked more than 1 unit of Solana for a very long time. Only God knows what I did with the money and everything, but we never even got 0.00000001 Solana as reward for our staking. However, this is Binance giving you the opportunity to stake, you having in mind a defined promise, or let's say an amount of reward you will earn from Binance by just taking your Solana compared to other platform. Another big kudos to Binance team. Apparently, I am more of the conviction that the Binance Simple Earn is much more better or more profitable to use in the bear cycle, because that is where there's relatively very low or no expectation or use of your token than just to accumulate more and more and more and more for the bull cycle where it gets to sell off. So if you have a system that rewards you by just giving them their money, because most time, even if you don't stake it, the money is actually, or the crypto asset is actually going to be lying low in your wallet, just that you can do whatever you want with it at any time, which you can also do with the Binance Simple Earn. But I think it is more better and encouraging to use during the bear cycle, because it allows you to accumulate more and more crypto assets, which you can get to sell off during the bull cycle. That is just my honest opinion. I don't know what you might think about that. Now that we've talked about the Simple Earn, I think it's high time we talked about the advanced earning system. The advanced earning system features loads of high yield investment products, HYPs, which at the same time comes with their own risk. No risk, no reward, they say, right? But however, I'll always advise you that before you even get to put a dime, a cent, whatever unit of currency you might want to put into a particular system or an investment system, make sure you do your own research. Always do your own research. Don't rely about what people are telling you. Don't rely about what even I'm telling you right now at the moment. Make sure you get to do your own research. Be convinced by yourself and know what you're actually getting to. When you get to read the terms, the conditions and everything, you would be convinced about what you are getting into, and by that time you will have no fear when you are investing your money. So always do your research. In the Binance Advanced Earning System, we have the dual investment, we have the smart arbitrage, and we have the on-chain yield And all of these platforms are actually designed to help you maximize your gains by leveraging on available financial system to boost your return on investment. The dual investment is an innovative financial product designed to help you earn enhanced returns on your crypto assets or holdings. It gives you both authority of flexibility and setting limit orders on your crypto investment. And just like the name implies, they are two ways to get into the dual investment system, which is the buy low or the sell high. The buy low allows you to buy crypto assets at a target price and at a future time and price, and you still earn regardless of the direction of the market. Then your investments and your return on investment are going to be paid in the same crypto assets as which you invested, or they pay you in a better alternative one. The sell high option of the dual investment just works the same way the buy low works, just on the flip side. The second option of the advanced earn we are going to be talking about is the smart arbitrage. I know most of you must have heard the word arbitrage. There are a lot of YouTube videos on how to make money from arbitrage, even though most people don't actually get to talk about it and the pros and the cons and the risk and how it actually works. They just want to get your money. But now, imagine all of the things you've heard, you've seen, and you've even witnessed or might have witnessed concerning arbitrage and how profitable it is. Now imagine having it work for you in a very smart way. And when I say smart way, imagine it's being done for you by robots on a very trusted and reliable platform such as Binance. The Binance Smart Arbitrage is a tool designed to enable their users, or you, earn from the arbitrage system by engaging in futures products and their spot equivalent. The Binance Smart Arbitrage system works by allowing you as their user to leverage on the funding mechanism of the exchange, Binance in this quote, and hedging future positions against spot positions, hedging future positions with a spot position to earn the funding fee. In case you're not understanding all of the things I've said so far concerning the smart arbitrage, the smart arbitrage actually works in a very simple way. Let me try to break it down for you. Someone opens a futures contract here, and at the same time, you who open the futures position is going to open a spot position, and you are going to be earning the differences between the future position and the spot positions. Just as you're opening a long gear, you open a short position on the spot trade. So whichever way the market goes, you are not losing your money. You are hedging your money against the market's direction, and you would be earning by getting the funding fee in the futures, between the futures position and the spot equivalent of it. However, it is very, very important to also understand that much as the smart arbitrage looks like something that is very, 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 very easy and risk-free, it also has its own downside, which is the risks that comes with it, because in this space, nothing is ever guaranteed or predicted. So nobody can actually get to know how the market is going to play out or when it's going to play out. So there might be some adverse or very strong, repulsive movement in the market, or let's say even if it is in the direction you expect it to go, it might be more than you expect it to come in much faster than that, and that can actually affect the arbitrage system, because one would actually just skyrocket than the other. For better clarity, I will always advise that you stay to the end of this video, where I'm going to show you a practical example of how I'm going to do all of this to help you avoid making mistakes that might cost you your money. So the on-chain yield, actually, just like the name implies, allows you to earn money by participating in on-chain tasks from your Binance account easily and very, very, very simplified. And you earn your rewards in token or some points that are actually affiliated to the particular chain or protocol you are dealing with. One thing I actually love about the Binance on-chain earning system is the fact that it gets to simplify the whole on-chain system, and all. There is no complex way of you getting to perform tasks or do some quite difficult things that you might be doing, that we do in the Web3 space to earn points or to earn some, crypto points or maybe roles and everything to actually get an allocation of your head. So all talk no show makes a video like this a very dull, right? Which is why I want you to allow me to take you on a journey where I get to show you how you can practically get to do all of these things which I actually talked about since the beginning of this video. So the first thing you have to do is go to your Binance application, and for the sake of this video I'll be using the desktop version of Binance. So when you go to your Binance homepage, you'll be faced with something like this. Then you come to the hand option here and you just either click on the overview. You can start with the overview button. All right, so this is what the Binance Earn interface looks like, and this is it exactly. So when you come here, you will see an overview of the whole earning stuff, what you can earn, and your APR per different kind of products. However, for the sake of this video, because this video is an educational video, I'm going to take it step by step to guide you through each and every process of it to understanding and not just jumping into it. So like I mentioned earlier, we have the simple end and the advanced end. So we're going to start with the simple end, and I'm just going to click again on the overview of the simple end. So now that I'm on the simple end, I'm going to start with the basic type of the simple end offer, which is we investing some amount of money for a period of time, either flexible or locked, then earn some amount of return of investment or principal reward. So now, as you would see right here, you have different type of coins that you could actually invest your money or save your capital on with Binance and get return. So for ICP here, you are going to get between 0.53 to 3.92%, and you look at this place here, you have the duration, which is either flexible or locked. When you over down on this arrow here, you would see different options for investment on ICP. As you would see here, we have these ones that are flexible. This is the annual percentage return, and this one is for 30 days, for 60 days, and 90 days. So for an example, when you want to go with any one of them, you click on the subscribe button, which I'm just doing right now, and you would see that when you click on the subscribe button to show you the pros and the cons, everything you need to understand concerning this. For an example, now the minimum here is 0.1 ICP. Let's say I want to invest 1 ICP for an example. I'm just saying 1 ICP, right? So it says that it is going to be for 30 days, right? For 30 days, and I'm going to get, and this is what I'm going to get in 90 days, 2.5%. In 120 days, I'm going to get 3.92%. And you will see that this is the reward I'll be here after the end of the 90 days, which is 0.06 blah 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 ICP. You see the first distribution phase will start on the 7th of December, because today is the 5th of December, and you would see you can also have to check on the rules and how the rules works. If you click on it to load up the rules for you, you can read through to understand everything that is on the earning stuff, either on the flexible or on the locked. I believe I'd explained this earlier, so sorry, I'm just going to go back to it, which I've explained earlier. So and once you are through with everything, just click on I have read and agreed to the Binance simple hand service and terms, and the next thing would be for you to click on next, or let's say subscribe. So so now I'll just put in 1 ICP, right? And if I click on next, I'll have to confirm all of this. So but I'm not going to do that, so I'm just clicking on cancel, and that is how you get to do the simple hand on Binance. Now let's look at other options you can have on the simple hand, which is the USD yield up, or the Ethereum staking, or the Solana staking, like I mentioned earlier. So now let's just start with the Ethereum staking option on the Binance simple end. Now when it comes to the Ethereum staking, remember I mentioned that it is an opportunity for you to stake your Ethereum with Binance and earn some rewards by staking, or rewards of your stake on Binance. So you see, now this is the conversion rate, and this is the total value stake on Ethereum so far with Binance. You see 3 million point something. So a lot of people are actually doing this, so you have no reason to be scared. And now this is a basic explanation of how you can get to walk through everything now. So also remember I mentioned that you'll be getting your reward in wrapped based Ethereum, which is the WEETH, and now this is just an explanation of what the wrap based Ethereum is all about, and there are also other things you can do with it. So to get started on the Ethereum staking, all you just need to do is you click on subscribe, and when you click on subscribe, you input the amount of Ethereum you want to stake. You get here the amount you're going to receive. You scroll down your stake date, your unlock date, blah blah blah. You click on next, and then you would start earning by staking your Ethereum. I hope you understand that the same thing works for the Solana staking. The same thing works for the Solana staking and as well the UAB yield odd. So now let's go to the advanced N and the advanced part of the Binance N, which is where the real juice is. So now we are going to start with the dual investment. As you would see right here, we have the dual investment. Here you have the viable options that you could use on the advanced end, the on-chain use, the discount buy, the smart arbitrage, and the dual investment. So now we're going to start with the dual investment, right? So now one thing about the dual investment is, as much as it's very profitable, the options are quite limited because you don't get to choose the coins you want to invest on or something. Binance actually have done some research and are actually going to provide you with the ones you can use for your dual investment. So now you have the BTC, Ethereum, BNB, and to see more of these coins, you click on view more here. So let's just assume I want to start with the BTC, right? So the settlement date is within 3 to 175 days. So I click on subscribe and you see how it works on the dual investment. So now when you get to the dual investment page, you will see the coins you could actually trade or invest on the dual investment. And you remember I said that there are two options to get through the dual investment, that is the buy low or the sell high, and both of them actually works the same way. So now you will see this is the target price that your trade is actually going to be triggered for, and this is the APR you'll be getting. The settlement days 4 days. You can get to choose the date or something by yourself. So now let me just show you a practical example of how this works. So I click on subscribe and you will see that I have to select an amount in USDT. Remember, you're trying to buy low and sell high. So right now you're buying USDT, which is the stable, the equivalent of the US dollar in the crypto space. So let's just say I want to start with, how much is the minimum here? So let's say, I want to start with $100, right? So $100, I don't have up to that in this account. So here you would see where you can actually get the, to top up from or something like that. So now this is the price. Either you want to buy above or you want to buy below. If you're willing to buy above 89,500, you can get to also see your calculation right here. So like I said, if you invest $100 on this particular buy low, you'll be getting 1.12 US dollar as your profit for the duration you actually choose to go with, right? So now if I click on this to buy, let me say I just want to buy below, it's $9,000. Okay, so let's just do it like this. Should I use this? Okay, it's still the same thing. So let me just go with this one. Then okay, this is the amount I'm investing, and this is the amount I'm going to be getting within the stipulated period of time I chose to invest with this money, right? Remember, so and this is a 4-day investment, right? So on $100 I'm going to get in $1 and once I click on next, the next thing you have to do is just click and agree to the terms, and you have that agreement sealed and locked. Now, so the same thing works with the sell high. It works the same way, just like kind of vice versa. So let's go to the next option we have on the advanced and on Binance, so which is the smart arbitrage. And on the smart arbitrage, there are always limited options as well as you have on the what's it called, dual investment, because Binance gets to give you the option of coins to choose. You don't choose for Binance when it comes to all of this kind of offers, because they try to do it on let me say assets that they are very confident or comfortable on running this particular offer with. So here you would have different coins you can actually choose. Click on view more to see many of them. And there's one thing I want you to understand and note in this place, that for this smart arbitrage, there are a number of durations of days that the APR is going to be changed, or let me say updated. So this particular APR is valid till the next 3 days. Once it's the next 3 days, the APR will change. The APR does change by time, and this is the 30 days APR. And to get started with the arbitrage, you click on subscribe, and just like we've done in every other part of it, once you click on subscribe, you agree to the terms and condition, and that's how you get to work or earn from the smart and the Binance smart arbitrage. So now let's go to the next thing in our table on our list, which is the discount buy. So on the Binance discount buy, this is an option that allows you to buy your Binance assets. Oh, I'm sorry. This is an offer that allows you to buy cryptocurrency at a discounted price, or let me say a normal price or a target price, and with the option of you getting compensated if the trade actually doesn't go through. If you want to understand if you want to have a broad, very deep understanding of how the discount buy option works, you can actually check the video within the channel where I actually took my time to explain everything about the discount buy and how it works in details, right? So now this is the discount buy, and I'm just going to click on this to show you a practical example of how the discount buy actually work. So when it comes to the discount buy, there are things you should understand. There are some terminologies you must be familiar with, which is one, the target price, the knockout price, and the knockout APR, and the settlement date. So the target price is the price you want to buy your asset, and the knockout price is the price which is going to determine either the asset is going to be bought for you or it's not going to be bought for you by Binance. And the knockout APR is apparently the APR you're going to get, or yes, the APR you're going to get if you don't get to have your order filled. But you just think of this thing as an option where which you can get to buy cryptocurrency. You ask Binance to buy cryptocurrency for you, and if they fail to meet up the obligation of buying it for you, you won't get compensated. Imagine like you filling a limit order and your limit order doesn't get filled, like maybe the market left you, and you still get compensated for at least filling the limit order. So let me just show you a live example on how this works. So now let's assume I want to invest an amount of $100, right, to buy let's say BTC or something. Now before you would say that from this part here we had the series of cryptocurrency that we could buy on the discount buy. So now we will see that the target price is 87,853 USDT. You can't change this. However, you can choose from different options of target price, right? So the current price of Bitcoin is around 89,000 at the moment I'm recording this video, and this is the knockout price. So what this actually means is once the price of BTC gets to, you know, go beyond 91,000, I'm not going, the Binance is not going to purchase the assets for me. However, there are two possible scenarios that could actually come out from this. That is either they buy the assets for you or you don't get it bought for you. So if the commodity, or let's say Bitcoin, comes down to this particular price, your order will be 100% filled. But however, if it doesn't get to this price on the settlement date, that is the day within the number of days. If they say the settlement date is 4 days, that means on the 4th day they are going to buy the asset for you. So let's say on the 4th day the price of Bitcoin now gets to be $91,000. Binance won't fill this order. What they will do rather is they will return your capital to you, the amount of money you want to use to purchase BTC in this case, and also give you the APR of the amount invested, $100, right, as your compensation. However, the third scenario says that if possible, like on the settlement date, that the price of BTC is not up to 91,000, however is beyond 87,000, that is in between 91,000 and 87,000 USDT. What Binance is going to do is they are going to what's it called, they are going to purchase 50% of whatever it is you want to do. So for an example, they're going to use $50 to purchase this asset for me and refund me $50, right? So I hope you get that right. That is how everything works on the discount buy. However, this is just a very short and muffled up explanation. To understand better, check through the video. You would see where I actually recorded the video on how the discount buy actually works. So next thing you have to do, just click on subscribe. You do this, click on read the terms and conditions and all. You click on subscribe here, and voila, you have it done for you. Now, the last beautiful feature we're going to be looking at on the Binance Advanced Earn system is the on-chain yields, right? So remember I said like the on-chain is like you doing some simple task, then you get reward in points or in cryptocurrency for your task on the Binance stuff. So now let's just pick one of them. Let's use the protocols. So the protocols are like the blockchains on which these things are actually being done, and they're paying you. So they have the Harvey Plasma, or click on user. So you have the Harvey Plasma, we have different ones to use, right? So let's just use this, right? And let's click on subscribe. As you would see, this is a locked investment. This is not like a flexible investment like the simple end is locked. So on 90 days, in 60 days, in 30 days, 90 days, I'm going to earning 2.5%. So the minimum right here is let's just use, let's say I want to use 1 BTC, right? So if I want to use 1 BTC, this is the amount of reward I'm going to be getting in the token of the blockchain that's actually facilitating this thing. Now you would see that this is the distribution date, and once I click on I've agreed, I'll click on next and go. Now however, you remember you will not get paid in USDC. You're actually going to get in tokens of the blockchain you are dealing with. So after earning your reward, what you have to go do is sell this token. So there are different validators that actually do this kind of thing, just like you investing on Binance with a particular protocol, or let's say a particular blockchain, and because you trust in that blockchain, they give you rewards in the tokens of the blockchain as as your reward. So now if you want to use Ave Plasma, into use Babylon, into use Gen Layer, this is what you're going to get. As you see that this, I think the baby is not the highest. I think the Ave Plasma is the highest. US. So if I click on AVA Plasma, the same thing is going to happen. If I click on let's say I want to use one BTC right now, this is what I'm going to be getting as my reward. You'd see for the period of 90 days, right? So sorry, this is 1 USDT. So if I use 100 USDT, this is what I'm going to be getting. If I use 1000, this is what I'm going to be getting in the space of 90 days. So each and different protocols actually require different type of token to use as your investment collateral. However, it's not difficult. You can get to exchange either USDT for BTC for anything once you just want to use any of this platform. So guys, this is how you get to use the Binance Earn platform. If you have any questions, I'll be very glad and delighted to answer them. To answer your questions, you can actually just drop your questions in the comment section, which I'm going to take my time to explain. So when I start coming your way, stay cool and please play